So I recently got a message from a parent on TikTok. It was a direct message. By the way, if parents, coaches, feel free to message me. I can't always see comments. It's just honestly hard. I actually missed this message and see it for a few days. My schedule is just real busy. So if you have any questions, want to chat, whatever, please feel free to just send me a message. But nonetheless, though, as a parent, he's got a 7-year-old son. Son sounds like, from what the dad told me, he's a pretty good player. Got a little bit of good footwork, good foot skills with the ball, but he's a hard time staying focused. Right, kind of goofs off, during practice and stuff. And so I thought, this would be a great video to do. It'd be easier for me to just also give him my answer in this video rather than through messaging, right? And also, I know from my experience that a lot of parents probably deal with the same thing, and it's probably frustrating to them as well. So I'm here to tell you that number one, this is not a issue. And what I mean by that is that this is normal. Your kid is not abnormal. This is perfectly normal, especially for a 7-year old. With experience I have, I'd say kids up to about 10 or so, maybe 11. They have short attention spans. They have a hard times focusing. Now, of course, there are other things in this world right nowadays with kids with electronics and video games or whatever that can kind of make it harder for them to stay focused. But aside from that, kids right at that age, the up until about 10, have a harder time focusing. And he plays rec soccer, which is great, but coaches really aren't trained usually. I was a rec coach, have been, and for a while, and but I've also have been fortunate enough to have training by Manchester City in the past. So, and those coaches from the UK helped me to be a better coach by pointing out where I need to improve. One of those areas was having more energy with the players. When a coach has more energy with a player, it keeps them engaged, right? Especially younger players. And also just not talking as long. Younger kids, as coaches, you cannot talk to these kids and lecture them. They're going to get bored out of their mind. They're going to lose their focus, right? And so you got to keep things real short. Let them play as much as you can so that they're engaged, right, and having fun. That's the most important thing. But of course, if you're not the coach and you're just a parent, right, you're like, hey, well, coach, that doesn't help me though, right? I'm not helping you by saying all that. I'm giving you some insight, but I'm not really helping you. My advice is to have a talk with your kid, and say, hey, um, it's not respectful, right? It's disrespectful to goof off during practice. And maybe there's some consequences to that. That's one way I would deal with it. And also, depending on how close you are with the coach, maybe bring up, the things I've talked about when it comes to coaching, right? Having more energy, uh, keeping things quick and